dude last week that was talking crazy.
Hold on. What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, alongside my co-host,
Mikey Fever.
and this is a New Yorker's perspective. Yo, I'm gonna call him my baby brother in the house, Trevor.
What's good?
My
You're gonna say
baby
the whole
brother.
government too, like that.
Oh, my bad.
It's all good.
Cool ass
What's
Trev.
happening, people?
Yo, Trevor was the first person I did a podcast with, yo.
Right. I've been trying to figure it out for the longest still.
Yeah. Yo, man. Well, welcome to the NYP family. Clip is in the building as usual. Yo, Clip, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I really appreciate you, brother, because you basically been with us for the beginning.
Yeah, man.
We got a mutual homie, and I said, you know what? If you homie of my homie, I'm gonna spread love like you the homie. So that's just what it is for me.
Indeed. Thank you, sir. So now we got Awareness Daily in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Peace to the God. Peace. Thank you for joining us. I just want y'all to hit the like, comment, share button, comment. We have a super chats as well. Contribute to this super chat. We would appreciate it, greatly appreciate it. Our focus is to get a in-person podcast, and it'll be peace if we can have all these brothers in one room to talk about what we talk about. Shalom, brother, Asiatic soldier. Shalom. So we got cool ass Trev in the building, Clip in the building. Cool ass Trev. Actually, I think you went to school for stuff like this, right?
Yeah, I went to college in New Rochelle. They was like the only college basically in Harlem that had communications. So I wasn't going to no other college unless they had that. And being that I didn't go away, that was the only one that had communications, and they had a studio and everything. But at the time, they didn't have. I don't think a lot of students really was in that major. It was really a few of us, like literally a handful that actually studied that and really went all out and I guess completed and got a degree in that field.
Got you. So this is pretty much your field.
Somewhat, yeah. You could say that.
Okay.
But it's just like hard to get in. But now it's like, well, when I started, it was like I would say hard to get in because I guess at that time I was trying to get on Hot 97, trying to figure out a way in. And after that is once Nori came out with Drake Champs, when I was like, oh, I could do my own thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what I've been doing for the time being. Just figuring out different ways to just be heard.
That's a fact. Now I want to ask you, Trev, what was the name of that podcast we started some years back? When was that podcast started? That was like,
whew. My son is 13. He had to be like 5, maybe.
wow.
Yeah, it was called Ain't Hard to Tell.
Ain't hard to tell, right? Ain't hard to tell. That was the podcast we wanted to do. When we saw Nori and them doing that, we were like, yo, let's just do it. We met at Yankee Stadium, and we were just talking, we were trying to come up with an idea of a podcast. And then I think Trev came up with the idea, Ain't Hard to Tell. I think, because of Nas.
Right. It was more or less that. That was like one of my favorite songs off that album too.
Right. So as far as hip hop,
hard to tell.
Right. So as far as hip hop is concerned, he's all in. He could definitely, chime in on that conversation. So that's why he's here on a Tuesday, because this is the hip hop or hip hop news or music news,
entertainment, all that stuff,
entertainment and all that Tuesday. Now, Shawnee's supposed to come on. He probably tied up or whatever. However, let's go into it. Today we're talking about top 5 dead or alive. I want to start off with since Mikey is the co-host, right? Let's start off with Mikey. I want to know your top 5 dead or alive.
Top
Matter of fact,
five.
let's go. Yeah, let's go top five.
Top five dead or alive.
Top five dead or alive.
Of course, Pac, Nas, Tragedy, Gaddafi. I'm keeping Saigon and Papoose.
Intelligent Hoodlum.
Yeah.
Saigon and Papoose.
Saigon first album was absolutely fire.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting. Asiatic Soldier, Scarface, definitely. I hear you. That's peace. That's peace. So that's an interesting top five right there. Pac, Nas, Tragedy, Saigon, and Papoose. Now, why did you pick? See, Pac and okay, I see what's going on with this list right here. It's more like an information kind of conscious kind of vibe with all five.
Exactly.
Okay. So,
but hold on, I got a question to that list though, because now we all come from. I'm assuming everybody in this group right here is 80s baby, right?
Exactly.
Born and basically raised in the 90s.
yeah.
Right. Okay. So you said Saigon. What is his discography to even be put on a list?
So
I mean, I don't know. You might know more than me because I wouldn't know like one song from Saigon to even be mentioned.
I could do his first mixtape on the Go Back, the one we did with Who Kid and
was that the one that had the letter P?
Yeah, no, that's
Do-Rag?
Read that.
Was Do-Rag on there?
Do-Rag was on there. Yeah, that joint right there.
Yeah, crazy.
Go Back, Letter P, the Best of Saigon with Clinton Sparks, like his first album and the second album, The Greatest Story Never Told, 1 and 2, and a bunch of other like features he was on in mixtapes that he had mixtape albums. And
I really, me personally, I mean, he's from upstate New York somewhere, right?
Originally from Brooklyn, but upstate New York. He's from Brooklyn originally, but he rested upstate. Yeah,
I never heard nobody put Saigon on any list. To be honest with you,
man, I was into those mixtape that period.
The fact that you put Saigon on that list is kind of tough because it's something that you would have to know his catalog to really understand why someone would love Saigon. And if you're an avid listener of hip hop and you give everybody a chance,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right now, and I'm a little biased because I know around a certain time period, I only listened to really what was like hot or that was really being played. So that's all on me because I ain't really go out and look for like a Saigon song or album or mixtape. To be honest with you,
now you gotta listen to it, bro. You gotta give it a shot.
Check it out, bro. When you get the chance, just check it out. He got some stuff.
Like, all right, this dude is dope.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look for that song. He has multiple choices.
Okay.
Both versions. You can be like, you know what, this dude is ill. What you saying, Ron?
What album is multiple choices?
It's on his mixtape.
Mixtape.
Yeah. And he got quite a few albums, man. That's like, they're not like mainstream besides The Greatest Story Never Told, 1 and 2.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm a little on, but 1 and 2 were dope.
The first solo album was all produced by Just Blaze.
Exactly.
Really?
Okay. No, I remember that. I remember when him and Just Blaze was like, that was the two at that time.
Yeah. Plus, Nas was trying to sign him back then. First, Jay-Z said in an interview he has a shot at the industry, and plus Nas was trying to look for him at one point, but I don't know if that deal never went through. So, the dude is dope, man.
Okay, can you quote a lyric? Let me hear it.
From Saigon? Yeah. Let me see. On this track he got right here, on letter P, he said, "I'll pop a pussy person for personally perpetrating." The rest of this shit, I'm trying to remember it, but if you listen to letter P and multiple choice, he's saying, "Being a real thug, nigga, you not. Even your block, I get more love than you got. Guns cop, Saigon calm like W. Dot."
Oh, I was just putting you to test. I was just putting you to the test.
You got one clip?
Letter P, he's rapping with all
letter P consistently.
The whole joint.
Yeah.
Letter P. He's like, no, I'm not a PIMP, but I do got a pistol in my pocket, front of me, and I pop it. Like it's crazy, yo.
I gotta
Saigon
check.
is nice,
I gotta
bro.
check that out. Yo, you know what I like about? I never liked Saigon's music. I'm not gonna lie to you, but but like, cause my musical taste is like to the left. Like, forget about what my taste. We're gonna talk about it, but my taste don't even pay attention. But Saigon, what I like about Saigon is his grind. Because remember
man.
when he first came out, he was promoting everywhere in the city. He had stickers everywhere. And it made you want to like who is this Saigon dude? Bodegas everywhere, Bronx, Harlem, all five boroughs. Well, I don't know about Staten Island because I
The
never.
Yard Father.
The awful. That's yeah, man. Side Giddy.
Now
I'm
let's
Side
go.
Giddy.
Now
Yeah, I'm the Side Giddy. All the other Side Giddies is fake like Kim's titty.
let's go. Let's go. I don't even want to talk about Pac because that's like goes without saying.
Yeah, man.
That's like one of my favorite artists on my top 5.
And hold up, not to go. I should have added like a wild card in there. I would say MF Doom for lyricism. If dudes listen, MF Doom is another beast, bro.
Clip laughing. Why you laughing?
Living like MF Doom is a.
You ain't messing with MF Doom.
Oh no! I like MF Doom. I ain't gonna take away from MF Doom. I like MF Doom. MF Doom got a lot of his style from Ghostface, but that's neither here nor there. But but MF Doom, he was out before Ghostface. If you know the history of who MF Doom is,
Yeah, KMD.
Yes, KMD. You know what I mean? So
yeah, definitely.
All right, now, I mean, Pac and Nas. We don't even have to really talk about Pac and Nas, but real quick, like a quick, summary of why you put Pac and Nas up there.
Both are to me, both are poetical, intellectuals. They got street knowledge and also what you consider academics or literature, study of world history and social commentary. Yeah. So both of them are dope to me, man. If I can't get a Pac one day, I'll just pump some Nas. Like Nas is more laid back. Pac was more that aggressive. He gives you that more aggressive, that emotion. Nas is more intellectual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So pretty much it.
All right. So now, Tragedy and Papoose.
Tragedy to me, man. I think he's like the gutter version of Nas and Queensbridge, bro. But he also has some knowledge too with it. Like, not Tragedy is just like when I heard that track Grand Groove growing up. He had the Grand Groove, and he had it was Grand Groove and Returning to Life was the joint that got me hooked. Like a baby having baby and she wondering how that, if you can remember that track.
I know the whole catalog, but
you know the whole catalog, right?
I know the whole catalog.
Yeah, man.
All I know from Tragedy from back in the day is I'm Black and I'm Proud.
You don't know sometimes when I'm all alone.
True Confession.
Yeah. I'm thinking, but he's talking about way back before he was Tragedy. I don't know. You talk. All right. Intelligent Hoodlum. Are we talking about or Tragedy?
I'm talking about Intelligent Hoodlum, but Tragedy. When he's talking about True Confessions.
True Confessions. That
was crazy with Iman Thug.
Oh,
Dudley at Bus Stacks. Besides that, I throw the Jakes just a free black clap of COs, busting POs at their kneecaps, love almost like a child holding Tragedy. That Tragedy
and holding the chrome toes. Yeah.
And that's the best to me. Tragedy's best album to me was Against All Odds. Nah, Against All Odds and Still Reporting. Those two to me were dope. But Against All Odds was a dope album, bro. If you listen to Against All Odds,
shout out to Tragedy.
Yeah, like Blood Type was my joint. What Makes You Think, and that track TM, True Message. That was a hard track. Pap, I was crazy about Pap's freestyles back then. At first, I couldn't get with his music due to the voice, but I'm like, yo, this dude got some bars, bro.
Yeah, I think Pap got a hold of everybody just by his rhyme, the way he just flooded the first of all, his story period is crazy. How he just waited outside for K Slade every night when he came on, and dedication is crazy for him. So yeah, I could respect Pap's grind, if for anything, because you ain't gonna get that no more. You definitely ain't gonna get nothing like that.
Nah,
he don't have it like that. He ain't even that patient. And from being from Brooklyn, I don't see too many patient Brooklyn dudes.
Yeah, but that Pap got it, and like the whole knowledge of self stuff he be kicking too, like the lower libraries. When you hear him, like yo, this dude really put his time into that. I forget it was Slaughter. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the Nasseria Dream album was a dope album too, bro.
The album was dope, but I'm not gonna really say too much about Pat because
I don't know what is it, bro.
sometimes Pat be forcing stuff to me. Right? He can rhyme. I will say that he can rhyme. He has very lyrical skill. Sometimes he forces things to me, and it comes off kind of cheesy. That's just me though. But he can rhyme. I will not take nothing away from him. I understand why people love him. For those that are fans of Pat, but like when you do songs like Bucket Naked, I'm Gucci.
Yeah, that right there, I wasn't. Nah, you see, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm not gonna be biased with that aspect. No, that song right there, I wasn't a fan of that one. I was like, that's not you, Pat. That's not you right there.
Yeah,
But
I'm not really with it. But outside of that, I understand why I like Pat. I like Pat. Me personally, I like Pat when he was rhyming with G-Rap. Because a lot of people don't know he was out on G-Rap way before he was with K Slick.
Yeah, what's the name of that song? It was on a track with I remember that.
It was on the Roots of Evil Cool G-Rap album.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let me ask you a question. Why we don't put none of the old school pioneers in the top 5?
Wait, hold on. Before we go, okay, go ahead, Clip. My bad.
I me personally, I have the old school legends in a different tier, right?
Okay.
Because they're the pioneers, I don't even put them in a ranking. They are who they are. They are gods to this culture.
That makes sense.
So I put them in a whole different league because it wouldn't be none of my favorites without them.
So when we put them in a numerical order,
I don't even put the gods in the numerical order because
okay, cool. Because I wouldn't do that either. Because I got my favorites, and it's like once you put that on, I know it word for word. It don't matter what year it is. I wasn't even born when that song came out. Word for word.
yeah,
Different stratosphere.
I salute all the gods, like all of them, like G-Rap, Kane, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? LL. I salute all those gods. To me, those are the gods of what we do with this culture as far as music. So everybody, if you go back and just listen to them, you can see where every rap style came from.
That's true. So who's your top 5, Clip?
My top 5: Pac, Snoop, Big, Nas, Hove. Sorry, it's typical. I don't care. Those are my guys.
That's cool. Everybody had their preference.
I got Face. I got other ones too. I got Face.
Wait, hold on. Pac, Snoop, Big, and who else?
Pac, Snoop, Big, Nas, and Hove. Honorable mentions is Cube, Scarface.
Got you.
Well, man, that's a heavy list right there. That's a heavy list. Okay, so you put Pac at the top, right?
Pac is number 1 for me.
Yeah, man. Machiavelli.
For me.
Okay. Now, why did you put Snoop and Big over Nas and Hove?
I put Snoop and Big. I put Snoop over Nas because I think Snoop has the greatest hip hop album ever made. I think Doggy Style is the greatest rap album to me ever made. If we're going to production, now he's not the greatest lyricist of the crew. He's not, but Snoop has the illest flow that I've ever heard. He has the smoothest and illest flow that even if he says something really basic, his verses will be memorable because of who he is.
His delivery. Yeah.
I think Nipsey was kind of sort of like that.
I think Nipsey is more lyrical than Snoop, but I think Nipsey doesn't have the flow that Snoop has. I think everybody on my list is more lyrical than Snoop.
Yeah.
But Snoop has a flow about him that's almost Slick Rickish.
Yeah.
He does it close way, and the way he flows on the record. And my list is not just based off of who can rap the best. My list is based on impact and longevity outside of Pac and Big.
Hmm.
You think if Pac and Big was here, they'll still be on the top five list?
Yes,
I mean, Pac, I can get that.
Big. Yes,
Big only had 2 albums,
he only
so
had.
I mean, I agree that he was lyrical and he different styles. He came with it, fly, everything. He had the whole persona of what an artist at that time looked like. Even though he claimed to be ugly, he had that charisma, that confidence. I could see him being on different lists, but Pac had like so much music. It's hard not to put him anywhere. I would put him as an honorable mention, to be honest with you.
Okay, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I got Big up there because for me, Big had a real impact on me with his flow, his cadence, his wordplay, the fact that he was getting better. Like you can hear it that he was getting better. Like and,
Before his
and to,
demise, yeah.
and to think about when he passed, and you go back and listen to what you just go back and listen to his flow at that in that era, and you compare it to anything that came after. He was still leagues above everybody.
True.
He the fact that he did have 2 albums, and he, like you mentioned, he was getting better. It's just, I think this day and age, I think Pac and Big would have still been out there. Pac would have been on different
Yeah,
levels as
Pac
far as
I
business
think Pac
ventures.
would have definitely had music. Like it wouldn't have been no reason for him not to have. With what's going on today, Pac's old music is relevant to what's going on today.
Of
So I
course,
can imagine what his new music would sound like for this. He would be
I, I
pissed
I
off.
think if he didn't die then, no disrespect, because I love Pac. He's actually on my list. No disrespect, but I think if Pac didn't die then, he would die later on. I don't think he would even exist at this point because he was just too much of a
live
rebel.
wire.
He was too much of a rebel to the system, and he was changing so many people's minds. He even had a I don't want to call it a gang. He had a crew, right? What is it called? 57.
No, 50 niggas. 50 niggas was his ideology. He
Yeah,
had
50
was
niggas
to
was
get
his
50 dudes
ideology.
from each part of the U.S. from hardcore cities to form your own army under the Thug Life Code. So he
Yeah,
was he had a revolutionary base, but I think he would have been beyond rapping at this point. It would have been more probably political. You know what I'm saying
No,
with him.
definitely. He definitely would have been in the politics.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
He probably would have been. It'd have been more color in politics because of Pac.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
As far
I
as
think
big,
I think the United States would change a little bit if Pac was still here.
among the young
Music
black
would
men,
definitely change. It wouldn't be none of this.
I think we'd have more conscious brothers, more conscious younger cats if Pac was alive.
Yeah,
Right.
of
yeah,
course, man. And I think Big too, because I think Big just played that mafioso, his rap style. But I think Big would have worked with Pac. I think that beef would have been smashed amongst them.
yeah,
It,
yeah, yeah.
it would have been put to. It
The
would have been
beef
put to.
really wasn't between them. That's the whole thing. Like the beef was between the entourages and all the other people that was
Yeah,
around.
it
Right.
wasn't amongst them really.
It wasn't amongst them two brothers. Them two brothers just didn't get a chance to speak face to face without any side people. So
Yeah,
we never got a chance to see that. And we got to remember that they was only 24, 25.
that's a fact, man.
Right.
Right.
At a young age at that time, I thought they were much older. Like, I was like 13, 14. So I'm thinking these guys were like in their 40s. I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, they were 20. I'm like, damn.
25.
That's crazy. Now, you mentioned nah, you know what? I want to hear what you have to say about Hove though.
Hove?
Yeah.
Hove is the rags to riches story of a drug. He gave, all right. The reason why I like Hove is because Hove, even though there was rappers rapping about drugs, and I'm not glorifying the drug dealer, but Hove was the first one that I seen tell the pitfalls of selling drugs.
Hmm.
Right? Like everyone else was rapping about it out of survival. Like, yeah, I'm rapping out of survival. It was like, all right, cool. Hove came out with rapping from a kingpin standpoint from the beginning. Like he didn't come out rapping, I'm just on the block. Nah, I'm already up. But I'm gonna show you, but I'm telling you that I really don't even want to do this.
Right.
And like people get caught up in the flash, but if you really pay attention to the lyrics, he didn't want to sell drugs. He wanted to do other things, and he branched off and was able to do other things and become one of the most successful artists of our time.
If you look at his videos, he even explains that because a lot of his videos wasn't no flash or nothing. It was what they had for real.
Yeah,
You know, and us looking at them, that looked like money. The Lexus, they didn't have no. He didn't wear nothing extravagant to where it looked like we couldn't get it. Because when you look back at it, he had what 8 solos on.
yeah,
Uh, in the Dead President video, what he had on a regular chain,
leather.
Cartier
Leather
glasses.
Tims.
He had shit that we probably could have saved up money for. You know what I'm saying? And bought.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, you just automatically saw a person on TV talking about it. I didn't understand a lot of it until later. You know what I mean? Like there was multiple songs where and his first 2 albums, everything was about regretting dealing drugs. Like literally, you must have loved me. Sitting on a
Yeah.
cold bench while I was arranging your skirt. Come on now, looking at my mother's face. Like you can't tell me this dude wanted like I gotta get out of here. Like
yeah.
I'm literally trapped in. I got one foot in, one foot out, literally, and
Mhm.
almost both feet are still in it. Like
See you in the
that
street
was
and tend to be friendly, but I know every type of jealousy breeds envy.
Yeah, indeed. Lucky me.
exactly.
That's my shit.
Mhm.
That's my
You
favorite
know,
album,
Lucky
personally.
it was
me.
all good just a week ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Hey,
repoed
with
your
the Rico.
vehicle.
You all good? About to
Come
snitching
on
ain't
now.
you? Ain't about to pitch you ain't you? I forgive you, weak ass
And
hustling.
he,
Just ain't
he,
you. that that's
and he
that's the best
literally
version
tell
to
you
me.
what he
Was
said.
that first one? That first Dead President to me was the best one. You know what I'm saying? The second one on the album was it was cool, but the first
I love them both. I don't know. I don't know for like
Yeah,
because I see
that's
Hove
like
before he
saying,
was Hove, right? So I
yeah.
see Jay Z perform out here in Harlem at the Music Hut before Dead Presidents came out. Before you know what I'm saying? Before all of those records. So to see where he came from
hmm
and where he went, and I was close enough to touch him, is like, dog. You got to give credit when credit is due.
Can we not forget one track that people be sleeping on? In my lifetime. What's
oh,
the
yo, let
that's
me
the
tell you, in my lifetime, I'm gonna tell you, like, as a kid, the remix, I
mhm.
want that played at my funeral. I swear to God.
Uh, yeah,
Swear to God, like that is the song I want to be played at
the
my
B
funeral.
sides,
I don't
right?
care what. Yeah,
I love that,
I don't
bro.
care.
His flow on there was just crazy, bro. Like it's just that one and that. Remember that track he had? I can't get with that.
I forgot to
Right.
mention somebody.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the song with
Rapper too, but
Source Money, I believe.
Source. Oh wow, Source Money.
I forgot to mention my guy who had a big influence on me too. My man Mace. I don't care what nobody says. That's my guy.
Yes, yeah.
Mace?
Mace.
No. Yeah.
That's my guy.
No, I think
Oh
to
man.
me he's another honorable mention as well. He don't get the credit that he really what he did for Harlem. Outside of all the people that came before him, like that really pioneered it. Mace Mace really said, "All right, I got this," and was out.
Mm.
I,
ran with
I say
He was
his
out.
impact to me was bigger than Dipset's,
Of course,
but
it.
a lot of people
you
disagree.
don't
But
get Dipset without Mace. You don't get Dipset without Big L. You don't get Dipset without McGruff.
You don't get
exactly,
upset
Or,
with Biggie.
or yeah, no, we talking about. He said Mace. He was saying
Mm.
like how Mace, what Mace did. Because Mace, people sleep on Mace because the
I
Mace is another one that got what 3 albums.
three. I say he's the greatest MC. I say he's the greatest rapper from Harlem. Personally, me, right? If people are arguing say Big L. I don't think so. The problem with me with Big L is Big L can't make commercial songs like that.
Nah, you gotta
He can rap.
listen to DIPC.
No, he can
Listen
rap
to
his mind off, but he just can't. To me, when it came to making to switching it up and being able to go all the way here and then come back and go all the way here, I couldn't. Big L to me sometimes sound like he was forcing it. It didn't flow out to me as it was if it was natural.
See, I think Big L didn't have enough time either to
That too.
really go to what Mace did. Because if you look at it, Mace came out even as smooth as he looked, he held his own when it comes to niggas and started something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was on the Funk Master Flex. You know when he put those freestyles out, Mace was like, I don't care
Mhm.
how pretty, you know, the dimple. Mace held his own when it came to getting busy.
Murder Mace.
It just, right, like, he was Murder Mace, and then he went over to
Mhm.
Puff and became, Dollar Sign, $MA. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, and he was
He
still
wrote
holding
all
it down.
those records. All,
I
Exactly.
was murdered. P Diddy made me pretty.
all of them sessions Boy was having after Big died, that was all Mace's pen.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think with Puff's boot camp, just writing all those songs, he's like you said, I was murdered. P. Diddy named me pretty. That boot
Mhm.
camp is when he really was like, all right, I'm gonna go here with this. I'm gonna move out of Harlem. I'm gonna go across seas. I'm gonna party. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna get money. We're gonna show them what Harlem really looked like when they was getting money. And I think
Mm.
that's what Major did. And then I just him with his eyes open saw the industry for what it was. It's like, I gotta go. Peace.
I have a question for you guys. How do you feel about May's second album?
I actually like it a lot.
Me too. I can't fly. I like May's second album.
It wasn't bad, right? Start from Scratch was a dope song for me.
I
Start
thought
from
the,
Scratch.
I thought same niggas was my record on that album.
That was a dope
I'm gonna be
album.
honest with you. That Harlem World,
Yeah, I
the,
like
the,
that.
that whole not Harlem World, the group, um,
Oh, the one he had, the group he had, Mace had.
yeah, that I
The
think
album was
that
not
album,
bad.
that album was crazy.
That's the
It
debut of
wasn't
Kanye.
promoted correctly.
That album was crazy.
That's the major debut of Kanye West.
Yeah.
Right. Kanye West, I think Jermaine Dupri worked a little bit with them.
Mhm.
Um,
Just
but if
Blaze.
you listen to that album, they really, I don't know if they all did the writing, but outside of that commercial, circus
I liked
video
it.
that they had, it was cool.
The video messed up the song. The
Yeah.
song was dope.
Those Hove messed that up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this Mino.
Hove messed up. Like he messed that up. He really, you think niggas been shoot your fat ass out of cannons before? I'm that nigga. Like Hove said, nah, yeah, y'all not going away with this.
Now, but that album was dope because they had that track with Drag On. I'd have been around
Mm-hmm.
the world and nothing excites
And
me.
had the
Yeah.
remix video for Cali shit with my man.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that.
Who?
It's for the new riders. Six
Yeah,
fold
the
now.
Road Riders. Oh, these smokers.
They had a video version of that song that had Snoop on the end.
Yep, that's a fact. You did. That's a fact. They was riding around LA. Something. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
See, I forgot
Damn,
about
you
that video. See, a
took
lot
it
of
back.
stuff they
Yeah.
didn't play because at that time they wasn't really. It was all about hits and the pop and what looks good, what's shiny, what's.
I
So
gotta look
nah,
for that
you
album
got
now, man.
I got it. I got it.
I
I
got
got
it's on streaming now. They got it. They streaming it now.
Oh,
Now,
really?
Trev, I want to get to Trev. Your top five.
All right, my top five. I'm gonna say Big, Big Hole,
Mm,
Eminem,
mm.
and Siegel.
Being
I got a few honorable mentions because Kiss. I still get the anticipation of seeing Kiss name on the song. Is like, all right, what are you gonna say now? It's 2024. Um, I feel like Siegel. When you look back at Rockefeller and you listen to Siegel, he really put a lot of substance into Rockefeller. What Bleak didn't do, what Hov wanted Bleak to do, Beans put a lot of that substance. Like, and I didn't know nothing about Philly at the time except about cheesesteaks. And when you listen to it, it's like, what is it, Die?
Damn, Die was a
What a
tough
thug
one.
about? Like you got, and then he breaks it down, being locked up, and then it's really a lot of substance on there. Like the same way Hove had the substance of the street to make you understand and the regrets that he had. Siegel had a lot of substance where it was like I don't care about none of this. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to just get away from this just to be comfortable because I'm tired of this too. You know what I'm saying? So Siegel, and then that mixtape that he had, Public Enemy #1 is like so
Facts.
crazy. Like you not gonna get that time around. Nah, you're not gonna get no Siegel.
Trev.
And I
What
like what he did. What he did. I would like how he brought everybody from Philly, because outside of him, Petey was like my main next up dude.
Petey, yeah, Petey was that dude.
my favorite track on that Public Enemy mixtape was I'm Feeling That Freestyle. My hat looked better than him. That one with that beat he had. Who the fuck want to go to war with him and shoot your ass? Secret like to have guns shooting through the matrix. My wind is back. I forgot. Listen to that mixtape, bro. It's called the track's
My
called I'm Feeling It.
favorite was the one I think he used to EPMD beat. He did a video for it. He was on house arrest.
Yeah.
My
That was
favorite mixtape is the mixtape he had when he before the Truth album, where it was the DJ from Philly, and he rapped
Cook Cosmic Cat.
the Cosmic Cav mixtape where he was going off.
I know you're talking about when he did a whole bunch of flex, a whole bunch of wild freestyle.
Money, nigga. You was only known for getting other niggas money, nigga. We throw that shit on. Y'all a bunch of bummy niggas. That Siegel right there, man. Listen,
if you're talking about Philly, don't forget Dutch and Spade, man.
I think Philly was messed up. Philly was just
Somebody on the show. People in the chat be trolling, man.
What they saying? What they saying?
Oh, it don't even matter, man. It ain't even. We gotta just block this person. They crazy, man.
Nah, let them speak.
Nah,
I think
they talk-
Philly just got a bunch of.
They're looking for their mother. My bad.
Everybody went to jail in Philly. Like that's just Spade. I think Spade went to jail. Major Figures really wasn't that to me. I don't think Gilly was ever nice.
no, I like Gilly.
Nah,
I love being a gangster.
I like Gilly though. I like Gilly.
I thought Eve was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But outside of that, Philly was just too hard. And they just went to jail. Like everybody just literally like went to jail, and then Gilly went to New Orleans and was over there with Baby and them.
I like Ab Lava because Ab Lava was he was
just too quiet, big twin tower type dude that was just too quiet. Like he went over there with he went to Virginia with them dudes.
Yeah, with
Clips.
Yeah, but he was ghostwriting for Dr. Dre for a few years.
Who, Ab Lava?
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know that. I hope he got paid.
I mean, he ain't looking like he's struggling out here. So
I didn't know he was ghostwriting.
Yo, we got Shawnee on the check-in. What's going on, Shawnee?
Daryl, what up, fellas? My fault. I'm running a little behind, but family men do family things, man. My bad.
Indeed, it's good. It's all good. Yo, your top five dead or alive. Let's hear it.
I gotta go Nas, right? I gotta go Nas, right? Because when we talk about this, right? Like it's gotta be impact has to count, right? Because I was thinking about it, right? A lot of times when you ask somebody what their top five is, it's gonna pertain mostly to their coast. And it's gonna pertain mostly to wherever is right around them. So it's really hard to build a top five dead or alive list and be true to the art itself, right?
Mhm.
So I would definitely like to nominate like Black Thought, right? Like Thought been doing this for an eon and a half with not enough recognition, right?
Yeah.
Touching on plenty of subjects, rapping on traditional hip hop beats, rapping over live instrumentals. I don't think that kind of play for some reason doesn't get orchestrated enough in these kind of conversations. So while I'm talking about Black, I want to also mention Andre, right? because Andre is another artist who pen doesn't get enough respect. It doesn't get spoken a lot about. Um, we like to give Andre his kudos and his flowers on the Badu thing and say, oh, Badu helped him out so much. But I mean, even before that, his pen was phenomenal. Before
Phenomenal.
that, his pen was phenomenal, right?
Wait, hold on. Do you think Andre is better than Big Boy?
Yeah.
I think he is more expansive. I think
Okay.
his pen doesn't come with a thought process. I think when you listen to how he rap, it's just like the words just dictate what's gonna happen. And I think with Big Boy, I think his style dictates more or less what's gonna happen, which kind of makes it just a tad bit less natural, if you follow me. So
Yeah.
I would definitely go with the more spiritually in tune with communication. I would definitely go with and I'm not taking away from Big Boy Pen or Big Boy Vibe, but when we talking about touching people, you have to use a cadence that everybody can understand. And not everybody could really understand Big Boy in comparison to Andre,
Okay.
right? Um,
I see what's going on here, man.
and I'm gonna toss you back. I'm gonna toss you back. No, no, but what about Melly Mel? What a- what
Uh,
about what about
hold
the
on.
bars? No, I'm saying
Melly
like
Mel.
the
Hold on.
message, right? If I'm not mistaken, the message, his verse on the message is the birth of rap. I don't want to. That's the birth of. Well, let me tell you what it really is. It's not braggadocious. It's not braggadocious at all. Actually, it's raw fact. It's what it is outside. So how could I forget him? And then even his influence, even his negative influence on the culture, God forbid. Like, you know what I mean? God forgive me. But even his negative influence on the culture as to not accepting the newer style of hip hop, because he was one of the first people to not really jack the new style of hip hop. Like, he wasn't really with it. And then that kind of became the culture itself. Like generations started closing doors instead of opening them up, trying to understand where the youth was coming from and so on and so forth. So, like I said, for better or for worse, I gotta throw Melly Mel in there, and then after that, man, man, like that's hard. It's, it's not easy. Like you know what I mean. When you really pour your thought into it, it's not something you can just ramble off, because once you start knocking certain things off, it's like, well, who got that? Like who else has affected so many people that it don't make a difference what coach you on? You can ask them, well, who's in your top five, and that one person continuously pops up in a huge percentage. I wouldn't know. Like, and that's so crazy. I have my favorites. I like Hovey, but I don't know if I would put Hovey in top five dead or alive.
Well,
Even with the 9 years in. No, the 14, 15 years in.
can I piggyback off to what you said about that coastal thing? Because when you think of coast, you can't really say anything regarding hip hop without really saying Easy E or
Mm.
Ice T. And when you go when you look at it like that, because if you look at anything gangster from the heart, Ice T was a pimp, was a gangster, and like you said, Melly Mel told you what it looked like in the Bronx from the message. And you're right. If it wasn't for that one verse to say what it really is, people would start looking. Because before that, it was I want a color TV so I can see the Knicks play basketball. You know what I mean?
Right,
They ain't have a color TV. They ain't had the money for the TV. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
when you look at it like that, I get what you're saying. You can't mention nothing without saying Easy E. Because even though the Bronx created hip hop and it came from here, but what Easy did and Compton did, that is, you know, they don't get enough credit for that. A lot of people overlook that because Easy was really like the gangster out there getting busy. Like he said in the movie, yo, we gotta kill Suge. Like I'm really ready to get busy and do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you right about that. Like those, but Clint said it earlier, the pioneers are the pioneers.
Right,
They don't
right.
get no, it's no
But
real,
see, that
they already
also
on the
credit to what I was
pedestal.
saying real quick, right? Because I'm from the East Coast, right? And it's amazing. I'm so thankful for you because you brought up Ice T, and I forgot Ice T. Like you brought up Ice T. Now, easy for the marriage of what's outside, and then the person who could put it together lyrically, and then him being in the middle for sure. But if you want to talk about the guy, like you said, who really gave you the stories, who made it intriguing, who who had hella lyrical wordplay.
Q.
Man, Ice T, final level Ice T is you are so he gets no respect on that level, and I'm so grateful for you bringing him up. Yo, thank you, because Ice T would be my fifth person. Thank you.
All right.
I got to speak on Ice T. I have to. Ice T, 6 in the morning, was birthed from Schoolie D.
Mm.
Really,
Philly.
right?
It's K, right? So it goes back, it comes back here. But see, I remember Ice T is originally from New Jersey.
Most
Oh,
definitely, yes,
really?
he is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's originally from the East Coast.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
learning today.
His parents died, so they moved him out to. Well, he moved out to L.A. after he went to the army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
So he brought the Schoolie D swag, but he mixed it in with LA gang culture. So
Wow.
he brought that part of hip hop to LA because LA didn't have a hip hop scene.
Mm.
So
now
he
let me
brought,
can I ask you this real quick. If all right, let's say you as a child you grow up. Let's say from like let's say 0 to 10 you on the East Coast, but from 10 until you West Coast.
yeah, he a West Coast dude.
Where do you think your influence is really going to come
It's
from?
gonna be in the West Coast. No, I get that part. I get that 100%. So Ice T is still a West Coast guy, right? Like we're not gonna ever say he's not a West
Right,
Coast,
right, right.
right? He's the father of gangster rap, or what we consider gangster rap, or reality rap, which I like to call it, reality rap for the West Coast,
Right.
right? He gave us the first knowledge of what Bloods and Crips was because we didn't know what that was,
Not at
That's
all.
true.
right? Ice
Preach.
T came out with colors and gave us an insight of, yo, this is what's going down in LA. We had no clue of that gang culture. We laughed at it at first, like y'all fighting over colors.
That's
We didn't
true.
know the magnitude of how serious it really was until he opened the door and let us know, yo, look, this is really how it's going down. Then NWA and Quick and them came and gave us more detail of LA culture. You
So,
know,
how do we feel about Cube?
Cube is in
What's the
Cube.
general consensus on Cube and DOC then?
Cube is to me is another pioneer because I think I just saw a clip of him talking about No Vaseline is the best diss track ever.
Hmm.
And before that, you can't really say it was a diss track that was that descriptive and that hard, and that's coming at your own people. You know what I mean? Like you know them, and they
Yeah.
know you.
Now,
Right.
You know
I
what
want. I
I'm
want
saying? To say what he said to them is like, yo, what?
It was easy to get personal with him. Very easy to get personal. It's too
And
Yeah, it
easy.
was.
It wasn't like a
he don't get credit
Yeah, it was.
because
to.
he's from Texas. You know what I'm saying? You know, Texas don't get a lot of credit. They don't get a credit because I don't know why, because Scarface is really a ghost. Like he's
Yeah,
really,
he is.
you know what
Yeah,
I
he
mean?
is.
He's it. And I'm pretty sure DOC looked at Scarface and was like, this is it. But he had to move because at that time, ain't nobody was looking at Texas, even when Scarface was out.
They thought he was from
No,
West Coast at one point. People thought he was West
Nicky
Coast.
Scarface album was crazy to me.
Over the top
Let
for
me
I
ask
could
you,
I
let
play
me ask
that right
you,
now
Shawnee.
and be wilding. Like you don't even know what I'm listening to going to work. So I just like don't bother me.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like when you put that on,
Now, real quick, Shawnee, why did you mention DOC?
Because we're talking about NWA. So I want to make sure the writers get their credit.
Oh, all
mm,
right.
That's why. Because if we're talking about influence, then we have to talk about who wrote the words of the influencer. So that's another person who might get lost in the shuffle every now and again. Because if we're talking about being a pioneer and building a voice in hip hop, and I can say, right, because we're all aware of the traps that have been set, how we may feel NWA is a part of that. We may feel BWA was a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the same page with this, but at the same token, you can't deny a truism, and you can't deny a truism an opportunity to express itself. So for better or for worse, these are the individuals that we have to look to and say, well, thank you for shining that light. Even if I didn't want to look into that room, thank you for shining that light. So that's why I'm saying, okay, well, what's up, DOC? I gotta throw you in there too, and that's why I'm loving the conversation, because it shows you how much you actually have to look into this question before you just start rambling off, you know, or before you just start accepting BET's top 50, or
Mhm, mhm.
you know,
Got to
the
be a
sources top 10 or whatever. Nah, they're not having conversations like this where we're trying to make sure we don't forget people.
yeah, exactly. Like
Right.
now let me ask you something. When do we add people?
Ooh.
Like because like outside, let's just all right. I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna just say all right. Let's not include any drill rap because none of them will have a discography to 50 years from now to how we go to shows and I could go listen to Q, you know what I'm saying, or I could listen to Fat Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about adding like new people. Like let's say let's move on from the coast because let's say all right, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Cliff, you said Mace, right?
mm-hmm.
Mace was wild. So all right, so let's add let's start a new top five because there's
Okay.
Mace, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
You want to do it by coast?
Hey yo,
yeah, let's go coast.
I am not opposed to putting Mace on a top 5 list. I am not opposed to it. Mace has been doing this since a teenager. Mace has been a part of maybe 2 to 3 different hip hop groups. Mace has already lost a homie to hip hop. And Mace's pen was the rebirth of feel good music for Bad Boy. And his pen sparked a whole revolution for a small part of the borough that was almost dying out. I will never say Mace don't belong in the top 50 if you starting it over.
While we here, so let's say we got Mace because you said you put influence, right? Mace
Hmm.
is influential, right?
Yes,
Um,
extremely.
very much. You know, he at that time in the '90s, he's very influential, right?
Hmm.
Now this person I'm about to mention is probably one of the non-lyrical person ever. But Nori,
Think
when
Nori?
Nori, when what's the first album came out? Him and Capone.
Okay. So then
96.
you're not talking about Noriega, you're talking about Como Gaddafi.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. I'm talking about Noriega.
No,
Because Noriega
I'm
is
saying, when I say
influential.
that, I mean that Como Gaddafi is the pen behind the CNN War Report album for
tragedy.
Noriega.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's go to okay then let's skip that album because that's another album that's like top tier. But
It is.
when Capone got locked up and Nori was on his own,
mhm,
the NORE album was very influential in 1998.
yeah.
It was.
And we not we can't skip that.
And that
I'm
Melvin,
not I'm
that
not
Melvin
saying
Flint.
that it's not influential, but I would never, me personally, Nori was extremely influential, but influence can't be the overall guiding factor. Like
Well, with him,
lyrics is not like Nori's lyrics is not it. That NORE album is not it.
Yes, it is.
Can I add something?
Yeah, for sure.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm a big 50 fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
We love Get Rich or Die Trying, but scratch that. The best album to me was Power of a Dollar from 50.
Yeah.
Power of a Dollar,
I
crazy.
don't think I ever heard Power of a Dollar, to be honest with you.
Power of a Dollar.
That's not his best album to me though, but
To me,
I
that
get
was
it.
a hard album.
It was super hard, but we got to give Nori his credit because if
Not
you,
Nori.
we got to give Nori his credit because if you remember that summer in '98, I don't know if anybody else remember that summer in '98.
What was everywhere? Super Thug was everywhere.
Not even Super Thug. That album was the summer of
Yes,
New
it
York.
was. My favorite joint on
Was
there was
it the lyrics or was it the production?
It was
Because
the
at that time, Nori was working almost exclusively with Neptunes. So, is it the marriage of Neptunes and the Noriega sound along with the reputation actually, or is it Noriega? Like, is it not? Nori's a smart dude. I'm not trying to take nothing away from Nori. I like Nori, but I'm a fan of the lore.
But hold on.
So I know when with the lyrics that people really love from Nori, but those is Como Gaddafi's writings for him. So that's they almost even fought on Drink Champs, or not on Drink Champs, on Drink Champs. They almost had a fight over that because Como Gaddafi brought it up. Like, yo, why you don't let people know? Why you? So that's why it's like when it comes to Nori, it's like entertainment value through the roof. Representation value through the roof.
But I have to correct you on that NORE album. Neptunes did one record on that entire album.
Oh, okay, but what record was that?
That was Super Thug.
Was Super Thug not the joint that took the summer over?
No.
That's the single that they spent the most money on with the video, and they had him out in the desert with the helicopters and all. So what I'm trying to say is that it's more it's a big production when it comes to him. To me, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. His impact, yes, I can't deny his impact.
No, but I get you on that. Super Thug was the single. Banned from TV was the record in the streets.
Exactly.
That was
Banned from TV was the record in the streets, but we're not gonna act like Super Thug wasn't the record we're not gonna act like Super Thug wasn't the record in the street and in the club. We're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that because that's the joint that had the major video. Come on now, that's one of the joints that had the major video.
I hear you.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. Why are we talking about banned from TV? Noriega also needed help with that push. I don't know if y'all remember, but him and Cameron was a combination that they was pushing for a minute.
Oh, point.
They were because they were going on tour together.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, they were still both Cam and Noriega. They both dropped albums in '98.
Yeah, they did.
Nori dropped in July. He dropped the first week in July. And TV had the streets, and Cam dropped in August with Confessions of Fire.
Yeah.
So they were going on tour together, and Nori was on Cam's album. Nori's album. But Nori, in the streets of New York City, Nori had that summer on fire.
Yes,
got Body in the Trunk.
To be honest with you, it was
Body in the Trunk is fire, but all right. I just don't see that. I'm not taking away from his impact. Never from the impact. I'm just saying from the how you get there, right? Like, okay, like let's build it up. Let's build it up. LA, big city of dreams. Let's build it up.
97.
I'll build it. Let's build it up, right?
96.
We talking about, if I'm not mistaken, the first to come out of the city and defend it when niggas was kicking our buildings down or whatever. Them niggas was the first niggas to pop out and say what the fuck they had to say. So I don't got it ain't no disrespect to it. You know, the man building it up, he building it up nicely. The CNN, the war report, it's beautiful. It's building lovely. I'm just saying I have a discrepancy with the climb when he had to do it by himself. That's all. I'm not a fan of the lyrics
But you got to get, but
at all.
okay, but if that's the case, then you got to put a mark on Easy E because
I
he,
never thought that, but I said that. That was one of the first things that I said
That's
when
why
I brought up Ice
you'll see.
T. Because Easy E lands in the middle of reality and the person that can write it, and he's the person that represents it. He
yeah,
lands in the middle. There's beat production. There's the person who wrote the lyrics, and then there's the guy that everybody knows actually represents the lyrics. So his slot is solidified in influence only. Only like there's separations here. Like there are people who have been hella influential, but that don't mean that they going in top 10 lists or they ain't going in top 20 lists. Like say like who had the yearly wrap up before Uncle Murder? Mad Skills.
Yeah, Matt.
That was hella influential because everybody was waiting on that joint to drop every year, right?
mhm.
Is he on any of y'all list?
He was never on my list.
That's my point. So that there comes a point where influence is just not enough, or the consistency of a one trick pony just don't keep the circus rolling as long as it should at some point. You know what I mean?
Oof.
So like yeah, influence wise, learning the game, learning how to stay afloat. I would never take none of that from Norton. And proper representation of what go on outside. I'd never take none of that from him.
But
I just don't like the way he put it together lyrically.
I get that. Okay, but Nori's impact and influence and he brought reggaeton to hip hop.
And there's no denying that. There's no denying that. There's no denying that. But then again, that goes toward influence. Can you tell me about any of the other albums?
Yes, I can.
Can anybody
Star
else?
Tech
Know?
niggas, motor roll out, zone coaster, home on a poster, spoke weed now until his little roacher. I'm a fiend, gotta have the hydro green.
Tell you about Grammy season. I can tell you about Noriega, the album right after Noriega, Grammy season. The one after that, Apartment 4E. I can tell you a whole bunch of shit from Nori. That's my
but I can't.
Melvin Flint was a good one.
yeah.
Melvin Flint was I. Melvin, yeah. Melvin Flint was I.
All right, so let's
There's
get
no
back to
starting on Melvin Flint. Melvin Flint was I.
Can we get all right? So let's say
But it took a while for me to agree with you on that though. Like you feel where I'm coming from? Like it took a while for me to come around on that though.
see, but the fact that we still arguing about Nori is mean he's somewhat influential, right? So we
Yeah.
can put him there, right? Now let's say Jeezy. When Jeezy came out, he was hella influential.
Yeah.
All right. And that's what
You
that's
had
Atlanta.
t-shirts? Y'all had t-shirts? Don't tell me.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? And then the Can't Ban the Snowman mixtape
Oh
went
my
through the roof.
God.
Okay, so let's say, and then because we got to start, there's going to be other new lists and other new artists because as much as we were like with us, we know the pioneers are the pioneers. They stay where they at. You know, dead or alive, pioneers. Cool G, KRS, Rakim. We know those are the pioneers. It's going to get to a point where our top five, people going to look at like, nah, you bugging. Your top five ain't shit because Lil Wayne for the kids is Hove to what Hove did for us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to start looking at other artists and being like really, I want to say respectful because even though they got influence from our peers, our top five, they are somebody's top five now, and we gotta
Okay, but
recognize
you
them
brought up
because
Wayne.
Wayne is definitely, even though he's younger than all of us, he he had a run where he literally stayed in the studio all day, probably didn't eat, didn't shower, didn't do nothing but rap. After Hope did the whole I'm retiring, and then he came up with the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. He ran with that and like literally marathon the whole thing for like a good
You
2 3
nominating Wayne?
years. I'm gonna nominate Wayne because, like I said, our top five is going to start, fading out.
No, I second Wayne.
You know what I mean? And
Like
then I
Wayne
look
got
at Rick
so
Ross
many
too.
kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm?
Like Ross is influential too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to look at you. You gotta look at that. You know,
All
because
right.
from his first album to now, he's amazing.
I give him that.
You know
Oh,
what I mean? Like, I
what
don't
rules are
know.
we keeping? What rule? What? Because I'm not a.
I do it based
What
on.
rules are we keeping, yo? Like what rules are we keeping when
If
it
we
comes
talking
to
about,
him?
we going, I guess we got to talk about influence because at a certain point, like our our pioneers and our top five, we can always go back to their discography and listen to them 50 years from now and know the words word for word. But eventually, it's going to fade out. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
we're going to have to start saying, well, it can't be just five. It can't
Can I
be
add a
just
wild card? Can
what's
I?
up.
Can I?
Good point.
Do they have to have a catalog of work, discography to make them top
I,
five, or can it be?
I
I
would
would.
That's
say
a good
have a
question.
catalog because
That's a
you
good
just can't
question.
have like one
Can
boom
I?
and then be out.
Can I talk about a movement that was stopped that could have been an
Wow.
impact? They're gonna hate me for this. I say Max B
He was
at
part
one
of
point.
the era, though, so he's part of the Dipset movement.
Yeah,
So
Wait,
Max B.
but why would niggas hate you? Why would everybody like
also the Dipset movement.
Wavy was really
Wait,
A movement.
building something
Yeah.
like hold on like whoa like
Had a
that's
run,
knowledgeable to even
he,
say
was, he had a
because
run.
Wavy was building something
he had a
influential
crazy
wise.
run too.
Yeah, he's but
He no,
lyrical.
he no. I'm not saying influential, but his influence came from the influence of Dipset. So to me, he's just the offspring of Dipset.
Peace,
That
Samuel.
sound.
Peace, Samuel.
Nah,
He
The sound.
He's the
I
off.
think
I
I
hear you,
think
Clip,
more
but the
people
sound.
I think people got that a little conflicted. I think B really already had like a name for himself. Like all those people that already followed Max B already followed Max B. That wasn't the Dipset
Where's Khalifa
connection.
but
picked up? Where's Khalifa say he influenced them?
he got his foot in through the door through Dipset. So
Okay, yeah, there's no argument there.
I'm saying
Yeah.
like he got his foot in through these guys. So I,
True,
I'm
true,
gonna say the same thing for
true.
Lil Wayne. You had a little wobbly, but you didn't get smoking hot till you came up here and started rocking with the Harlem dudes.
Yeah.
No. That 400 Degrees album is nah. I can't say that. I was just knocking the block is hot. Like
That's
I'm talking about 3 days ago. I 3 days ago. I just was knocking the block is hot. Like I
When he
like
hooked up with Jewels, bro,
nah man, no
it started
man. The
changing,
old
bro.
Weezy, bro. The old Weezy, bro. The old Weezy, bro.
degrees
The
of his
old Weezy.
poverty and the block is hot. After that, the block is hot run, he faded for a bit because nobody was bumping lights out and all of that. He started quietly coming back with the squad up with the squad up mixtapes or whatever. But then he got with Gilly and them for Ghostwriting the Carter One and the Carter Ghostwriting One. Then he started hanging with Jewels because Dipset was smoking hot. And then he picked up a up north swag and brought it down south.
Right.
Okay,
right.
there's no arguments with that timeline.
Yo, real quick before we wrap this up, because you know the show is an hour, right? Now, I want to do this again, a part two, because Trevor made a good point. Because the top fives, as we get older, our
Phase
top
out.
five is not gonna matter anymore. So
Exactly.
I think we should go through the generations and go top five,
You have to.
top 10.
I'm with that.
Oh, for the young dudes, I say Joey Badass.
For the young dudes, I got
Oh, I'm definitely not gonna call you wrong for that.
Yo, but
I'm not. Joey is the underground goat.
Doc number one. That's just me.
We're gonna do this again, but before we cut out, y'all gotta hear my
Real quick, Mac Miller, Underground. I love it.
hold
When I was
that,
listening to Mac
Trev. Hold that, Trev. Hold that for the next one. Hold that for the next one.
There's a
Yo,
lot.
my top five: Sugar Free.
Oh shit, Pimp.
Come on, Sugar Free, one of them niggas that might get forgot about. If you like that pimp talk, if you like a nigga that can beat with his feet and rap, nigga, then come on, B, come on, nigga. That's his soul, bro.
Listen, boy.
Sugar Free.
Lyrically, you gotta hear what he's talking about. He
That's
can
a
help us
fact.
out, man. He can help you out. Now,
He can help you out.
he can help you out. Tupac. Listen to Sugar Free first album, second, third, whatever. Tupac, but Tupac is number one. I'm gonna do my order, right? So I got Tupac up top, Hove right underneath Tupac. Okay, and then right underneath Tupac, I got Sean. Right underneath Hove, I got Sean Price.
Monkey balls.
I don't want a Dougie. I just want the money. Steady under the 630 to 120.
On the Skoshka.
After that, so I got what I got. I got Pop, Hove, Sean Price,
and sugar free.
Nope, not yet. Casual from Hieroglyphics.
That's 5.
Nah, that's
He said casual. Whoa.
from Hieroglyphics.
You was digging, bro.
Listen to that, brother. And then at the end of that list is Sugar Free.
Can I say one person that I never hear nobody talk about that never gets the respect that he deserves?
Who?
My man Tretch.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know what I like about Tretch? Like Tretch was gritty, but he found his niche to be one of those artists where he can perform until he's gonna die on stage.
Yeah.
Every song that he put out, he can go forever.
He made
every summer. He could do a festival. He could do a winter show. He could do any
on point.
How y'all
do a verses?
How you feel about Vinny? Because I think Vinny is kind of slept on too.
Tretch's pen. Vinny is all Tretch's pen.
And then he get a lot of that. Eminem get a lot of his style from Tretch. All those words that Eminem did, Tretch did that, and we didn't even realize it because we looked at it back in the day like, you from Jersey, you ain't supposed to be doing what we doing.
That's a fact.
And then when you look at it now, it's like,
did Tretch ever do a verses?
No, because you don't want to do with Tretch.
He gonna come out with the dog chain around his neck, bald head.
With Tretch and 50 Cent be a good verses.
50's going to lose.
Nah, 50 is smoke him.
No, you won't. 50's going to lose. Tretch got too many anthems.
Let me tell you.
Tretch got too many.
People do that verses. He's gonna have to
about
add
verses though. Like you talking about who knows what songs though. Like
Tretch hip hop anthems. Every single one of them.
Okay, but so does 50 Cent.
No,
50
not like
got mad hip hop.
He has in his catalog.
How to rob? You can't tell me how to rob ain't stuck in anybody's heart, bro. Like he got some joints, man. He got some joints, man.
Hold on.
Greatest anthem of hip hop, bro.
Tretch got a lot of anthems.
You got a lot of.
The crowd is. Are you down with OPP?
Yeah, you know.
All right, but wait, what generation of people are you gonna ask?
No,
like you gonna listen. You gonna get listen. You gonna get a certain generation of people that's gonna know exactly what OPP is about. If 50 Cent start opening his mouth, he gonna be rapping from 90 what? 95, 96, 97 to 2000 and what?
But let me tell you, I don't think none of these really know how to rob. What how to rob is
20 something, 2022.
But if you say the youth will learn the acronym OPP and be like, oh snap, I'm smashing, I'm killing shorty, I'm killing homeboy joint, OPP. They'll remix it and be like KPP, killing other people. It'd be crazy with what they would do to that.
Yeah.
When you say who's down with OPP, I don't think all these young dudes know how to rob.
Play with
Nah. What I'm saying is the young dudes may not know how to rob, right? But I bet you they know the theme song, The Power.
That's fun. I bet you.
I bet you they know that. I bet you my bottom dollar. I bet you my bottom dollar they know that.
They know him.
I bet you they know the joint with him and Chris Brown. I bet that.
Ain't no place big town.
Yo,
Yeah, exactly. I bet they know those.
He said
fact.
that's
That's
the
a fact.
power theme, bro.
But check this out, yo.
I ain't gonna
Let's
hold
wrap
you,
this up. Let's wrap this up.
But 50
We're gonna
Cent
come
does
back
perform
next
at our
week.
shows. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Next week, Tuesday, same time,
Definitely.
same place.
It's a
We're
pleasure,
going
my
back
brothers.
into
For
top
real.
5 dead or
Peace to
alive.
y'all, man.
Going into the 2000s with the top 5 dead
Styles
or alive.
P. Don't forget Styles P. All right, we out.
Baby.
Hey, yo, I had a blast, fellas. Yo, I can't wait to lock in next Tuesday, yo. Thank you, man.
Anytime.